What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the YouTube channel. Today we are going to be diving into something that I've been literally dying to show you guys for like 2 weeks now, but just over stuff that's been happening and us trying to get the build done and kind of finish it up, the video's kind of been pushed back, but that's okay because today we're going to get into it. So I know you all, if you aren't having a good day, you're going to now. So you're about to see a lifted Chevy on some big wheels and tires, all right? It was the 1972 K20. It just got 38s by 16s, and these things look killer on this truck. We did a 6-inch lift overall. Enough talking, let's take a look. Boom, here she is, y'all. How freaking mean does this thing look? I kind of parked in the shade because sometimes when you're in the sun you get a bunch of glares and can't really see everything as it is. But yeah, look at these meats, man. Huge. Especially for when you usually are seeing a truck, especially these years with a tire this big, they're usually jacked up 8 inches. So they don't have that look of them almost tucking the wheel. So this just has like the perfect stance, at least from what I like. Been doing a few other things. We went with, for the tires, we went with the Toyo Open Countries. And for the wheels, we went with some Pro Comps. The wheels at 385 70/16, and dang, they just look good. I was so excited to show you guys this. I haven't even posted anything on Instagram or nothing about it yet. And it's tall. I mean, if you wanna, I mean, I'm not too short of a guy, but even getting in this for me, I'm like, I gotta still, step up inside here, you know what I mean? So it's a tall truck now. It's just driving around in this thing is just funny because you're just high up, it's cammed, it's loud, it's literally, this is the mud project to build, pretty much, the farm truck, So I'm happy I can finally show you this, and it's done as of now. I'm actually able to pull it out of the driveway and drive it. So it's been 3 years since we even driven this thing. Just over time we were trying to figuring out what we wanted to do and slowly kind of getting stuff together, because we were doing other stuff besides this, working on the 57, the Corvette and stuff like that, and we've just been busy. So we finally kind of tackled this thing. We got it started. It didn't, the fuel pump wasn't getting fuel. I'll show you under the hood. So what happened is when we finished everything, we're like, all right, cool, let's drive it. And the fuel pump wasn't starting. So we obviously checked spark, the plugs were fine. Obviously we have air getting to the motor. So we checked for the main fuel line going to the carburetor and saw that the fuel was kind of spurting like that. So I guess what that means is that there's a leak somewhere. With an air leak somewhere. So we went to the main fuel tank, tightened up a hose clamp, finally found the leak, and boom, it was fixed. Fired right up. Yeah, so now we're, like I said, back on the road with the thing. I'm gonna kind of go through what we did to the truck as of right now, how it sits. 1972, this is a K20, and we went with 6-inch, let me crawl under here. We got 6-inch lift springs, so the whole lift is now in the springs instead of on blocks and whatnot. Brand new U-bolts. The front has Fox shocks on it. Shout out to Joey. We were like in the middle of trying to drive this thing, and the front shocks didn't fit that we had, the ones that we went with in the rear. So he hooked us up with those. Thank you. We're still doing some front end suspension work. Eventually, we want to kind of go through the ball joints and that stuff. But shocks, the lip springs, we did these extended brand new brake lines for the lift, because obviously you're gonna run out of brake line length. So we did new brake lines, stainless steel. That's it for the rear, or for the front, I'm sorry. Then I'll show you the rear. We did the same lift springs, brand new U-bolts, but instead in the rear we have the Bilstein 5100 shocks, which is initially what we were doing with the whole truck. But like I said, the fronts didn't fit, so we went with the Foxes. And we also redid the third member. We resealed everything. It got painted, threw that back in, so now the locker and everything are all nice and fresh. Still got to do some exhaust hangers. Those are pretty hack right there if you see that, but we'll talk about that later. Looking at this bolt, it is backing out, so that's pretty sketch. I'm gonna have to tighten that up here when I get back to the house. Pretty much what we did for mods. Also, we did with the lift, you got to make sure all your angles are right with stuff, so we did a lifted like pitman arm. It's this right here. All right, so what is a video that I make without something going wrong? I'm in the middle of this alleyway and the truck won't start. I got in to start it up for you, and
pretty sick. So I hope that I can bump the starter for it to start, but I don't have a hammer, so I called my sister and she's gonna run one up to me. But unbelievable. I can't even make a video and it go right. It's gotta do something like this, but guess that's part of it, I guess. I was just talking about, I was like, this thing would make a perfect daily driver, and here I am 2 minutes into driving it and it's not starting, so I'll update you and tell you what happens. I want to move it into the light so I can show you it better. I guess while we wait, did this new bench seat. It got reupholstered, so that's good. We're going to do carpeting, but we're waiting on dyno mat so we can lay all that down and kind of make it real nice. We want to do this new dash piece up here. And other than that, leave it. If this isn't like a restoration, we're kind of keeping it how it is. So the starter is broken. I had to pull the teeth out to mesh up with the flywheel with my pliers, and it finally started. Luckily my sister was in there to start it while I pulled it out. Kind of sketchy, but it started. I can't turn it off now until I get home. So now you can hear it run. I'm gonna show it to you. This thing sounds mean. It chops really hard. It's a 510 big block. It's pretty much a built motor. It's been in the truck for like 11 years probably, and the thing rips. It's pretty quick even with these big tires, and it sounds mean. By the way, y'all, I was just pulling up to pull up to the GoPro here, and got a little accidentally got a little spin on them tires. That was an accidental. That was, I don't know what to say about that. That was those are painted. Those are fake.